We're continuing our coverage of Toledo Public Schools' vote to restructure much of the district as it aims to climb out of a $68 million hole. Last night's vote to approve Transformation Plan 2.0 is saving the district about $27 million, according to their calculations, but there's still $41 million to be accounted for. So Steve Iwanik's been spending the day reviewing the district financials and joins us now to break down how and where the district says it is trimming that money. Steve?
Dan, it is a series of cuts that district leaders have told us for months have hurt them to make. But they say due to recent state budget reductions, many of these decisions could not be avoided. So tonight, as the Toledo community still processes the latest changes, we're going to take a look at those numbers and how TPS says it's gotten here.
I am saddened and disheartened with decisions that we were really forced to make tonight.
For weeks, the number has been front and center, a $68 million deficit at Toledo Public Schools. But with plans now approved, what does that actually mean? First, this number is not happening all at once. TPS says it's a shortfall over several years, driven by declining enrollment, flat revenue, and rising costs. District leaders also say changes at the state level left them $24 million short of what they expected in funding, after they say that money was shifted from the Fair School Funding Plan to private vouchers.
Understand, $24 million is equivalent to 8 large high schools. That's how much that is in account for our district and our budget.
To close that gap, the district says it's taking a two-phase approach. Phase 1, $41 million in cuts. Superintendent Romulus Durant says these were made earlier this year. Staff reductions, contract cuts, and operational changes.
We knew when we approached this and balancing this budget was going to have to happen in 2 phases.
Then there's Phase 2, otherwise known as Transformation Plan 2.0. The near $27 million in savings we've talked about for weeks now. TPS leaders say it comes in the form of 8 building closures, over $9 million in staff reductions, and operation changes like new bell times and transportation plans. So you add it all up and you get to $68 million. But here's what's important. Not all of those savings happen right away. Some cuts already are happening, like staffing. Others phase in next school year, like the 7 affected elementaries. The full impact won't be felt until fiscal year 2027. And while staffing makes up the largest share of the cuts, other savings come from shifting federal funds and reworking how money is spent.
One of the things that we've done is how to get more for your child despite having to operate with less, and that is doing just what we've done, and we have created a true recipe of how to take a kid from 7th grade all the way to industry.
Once again, those were TPS's district numbers. In terms of staffing cuts, TPS has asked for unions to consider pay freezes to avoid more cuts. TAP, which represents administrators, voted to freeze raises earlier this week. However, the Toledo Federation of Teachers and AFSCME, which represents custodians and food service workers, say they're not ready to do the same thing, saying that the district needs to be more transparent in its financial information. In studio, Steve Iwanik, WTOL 11.
As we're reporting, Toledo Public Schools says changes at the state level have left the district about $24 million short. That funding comes from the Fair School Funding Plan, but lawmakers adjusted the formula in the latest budget. District leaders say that gap is forcing tough decisions like school closures and schedule changes. Some lawmakers say fixes could come from Columbus, while others say the system is working as designed and point to declining enrollment.